Right then, Martin. So first thing we'll look at is obviously your setup. To be fair, pretty good. Okay, there's a nice sort of angle there with your spine to the golf club. Nice amount of knee flex. On occasions before, I think on this left arm one looked a little bit more knee bending, as if you knew your foot was you catch top of the golf ball or middle part of the ball. So there's a lot of things you would do to try and just sort of stay down. Bend your knees a bit more, keep your head down, lock your left arm straight. All these things that we see that unfortunately cause more negative results than positive results. Okay, so keeping your chin up, getting a nice posture, nice and relaxed over the ball there. What you did in the old swing, okay, as you went back, kind of the right shoulder sort of shrugs up, this arm sort of bends in, and a very sort of lifty kind of motion. That was the full length of your backswing. This one here now, as we go back, how much further that club's going back, and now that club, the hands are above your shoulders, much fuller swing, much more relaxed and able to do that, okay? As you then start coming down, the arms can now fall down here, back in front of your chest. Good strike of the ball. Now if we watch the lower half moving as we come through, that is starting to move a bit more as we want to, okay? Certainly not as moved as far as it would eventually get to in future months practicing, but compared to that one,
it didn't move at all.
it's just like, and that's exactly. It's almost like my foot must do something, so I just kind of like a knee bend forward, And if you look at the length of your follow,
it's not a natural movement.
No, it's just like
this is more natural movement.
Exactly, and that's why I say this.
Somebody told me I have to lift my
exactly, and the thing is, this foot will lift because this hip twist. Just look how much further when you get round here. That club is kind of up over your shoulders. Well, look at that one there, it's just barely in front of your chest. You kind of swung through and gone, oh, I must keep my head down. I'll get down and my locked shoulders here now. And then you sort of finish here and go, bit of a knee sort of kick forward, as opposed to being looser in the arms and the shoulders being nice and up here. And then we can twist the hips. So I would certainly recommend, as best you can, practice that exercise we said, where you sort of stand there in your normal posture. You don't always need a golf club on that left foot, but just put a golf club on your left toe there and just practice rotating the hip round to that left side. And when you do that, you don't lunge it with the right shoulder. Almost like your right shoulder staying back and your hip is pulling your right shoulder around, So use that club there. That might be a better way to do it with the club across your hips there if you want to. So you just see the movement. Get them all neutral. Exactly, your shoulders become more of a dominant force. Okay. I've never been skiing myself, no. Something I've never...
You do this, and then you say you have to direct with your sticks where you go.
Okay, So exactly. So it's a move that you, in so much, the move you naturally do. The second you put a stick in a different direction down here, it becomes an.
When you put it in here, do this.
Exactly.
If you do it here.
Everything moves. Exactly. Because the hips are the moving part. The thing is, your hips it is possible, very difficult for your hips to go around here and your shoulders not to move. But yet you can move your shoulders without moving your hips, okay? Because the upper back's generally more supple than the lower back, obviously. So if you can get it through that lower half, through the back there.
Ideally, you don't have this then too much bend.
No, it kind of, exactly. It kind of straighten as you sort of hinge. We don't want to be sort of buffing the knee there this way, okay? Now you're not snapping your leg back to straighten it, but as you twist that hip, just the physical movement of that rotation is going to cause that hip to turn, you see. So if you can,
what I like is what you said, finding the ground.
Exactly. Literally up there and just feel almost a drop there. The arms come down. It shouldn't be a forced thing to try and drive the club in the ground. The club just literally just fall from the top. Now, to do that, you have to be loose in that shoulder socket. If there's any tension there, mind you try and drop the club, your top part's going to lunge into it. So if you stay on the range, if you hit one bad shot, okay, fine. If you hit a pattern of 4, 5, 6, 7, whoa, hang on a second, that's kind of showing more of a kind of a consistent fault. Take away the club and the ball from this equation. Just stand there, swing back, drop. Just almost for this dropping down. And when you do that with no twisting of the body, the club will hit the ground probably, again, we said on here, somewhere about, a foot behind the golf ball, maybe more. Then to try and move that strike point, you just think, okay, if my torso is facing back here, I hit the ground here. If my torso turns to here, I hit the ground here. I just start changing where my torso is rotating to, which again, that hip movement going to come in, you see. But you find the ground first and then putting the twist into it. But you find the ground not by putting your head down or locking your arms this way. It's just almost like gravity's on your side in that regard, if you allow it to happen. If there's tension in your arms there, at the top, this movement with your arms kind of falling down to the golf ball, it's very tough to do. In the past, when you sort of shrugged your shoulders up here, now you have to sort of drop there. You've had to squat your knees down and bend your knees to try and get down lower and lower and lower. And you got good at doing that, I think, to some extent, Keep that chin up.
Now, what you're saying, Tim.
Yeah. Do you know exactly? And a lot of things often come back to you from before. You see, that's the thing. So.
I have a couple of those videos.
Yeah, good. Well, I'll send this one through to you anyway, so that'd be good to remind you, okay?